realized there were so many people out there that needed help and couldn't find it. So that's when I decided I wanted to make change and really help people overcome their difficulties. After years of studying and becoming a fellow membership with a number of organizations, including Public Health Organization and the ACCPH. Our company worked with professionals through the NHS and private sectors since 2014 to design and create something to help people regain their balance in life. And this is where the ISBT therapy was formed. We went on to publish a thesis on ISBT and a toolkit called the Counselor's Guide to Counselling. Using ISBT and CBT to help people overcome their symptoms such as stress, overthinking, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and many other health issues. This is done by focusing on the symptoms and teaching clients how to manage them better so they can reduce their stress levels. Someone who suffers from relationship issues and someone who suffers from depression due to job loss both have different reasons, but both clients will have similar symptoms. So, we implement ISBT to help overcome those symptoms, such as sleeping issues, eating issues, and negative thinking. Once those symptoms have gone, all that's left is the thought process, and we work with the client using CBT therapy. This will help overcome and manage most mental and physical health conditions. We can use the ISBT app with referrals or our own clients anywhere in the world using a laptop or a tablet. We are able to ask relevant questions and provide in-depth details about issues that clients may face. With a library of 80+ self-help sheets, these sheets can be discussed in the session, emailed and printed for the client to do at home. We can measure health performance and stress levels each week to really understand the client's needs, from everyday issues to long-term trauma. Our mission, our job, is to help people and save lives, to make a positive difference in people's lives, and this is what motivates us every day.
Session 5, continue on from Session 4. I want you to write down for me on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very bad, 5 being very good. How was your week? Any events or issues that have happened, positive or negative? What were they and how did they make you feel? Please press pause to answer these questions. Let's take a look at the daily activity sheet from last session set as your homework. I want you to take a look at your sheet. Do you have any long periods of empty spaces? Do you have any gaps on a daily basis across your whole week? Or do you have the whole page completely full of things to do? If you're finding too many gaps in your week, it means that you're perhaps not motivated enough to do something or try something else. I highly suggest that you try to find something that you like to do. This could be something that you can do at work or at home, or an interest or a hobby, or join some sort of class. You could even go for a run in a park. It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as you fill up those gaps if there are too many gaps in the week or during the daytime with too much hours with you not doing anything productive, you will probably tend to stay inside, locked in a room under a duvet or watching television. And you're probably not motivated enough to come outside. Now this, for a long period of time, can and will lead to depression. This is one of the main signs to lead into depression. So it doesn't mean that you have depression in your current state. It just means that people who are depressive normally tend to do these things. Now, everybody does this. Everybody has a bad period or a bad week or a bad day or a bad month, and they tend to just wrap up under a duvet or watch TV all day. And that's completely fine as long as it's not done for a long period of time. And what I mean by long period of time, I mean it's generally 2 days, I'd say, which is probably maximum to do constantly until you feel more regenerated or have the energy to do other things and pick yourself back up. So it's really important that you try not to do this on a long scale or a long period of time for too many hours, because you're just using your energy to do something that's not productive. So when you do decide to do something that's productive, you don't have the energy to do it. And then the whole circle comes back around again and you're stuck in the loop. And so you should really try to avoid this loop. And if you're finding things that you're sort of addictive to, for example, if you have an obsession with something, like watching TV or just listening to music all day or being on YouTube all day, this can turn into addiction. People don't realize this, but it's something that's forcing you to drive towards this action, even though it's perhaps seems positive to you, but in the long term it's actually negative and it's doing more damage to you than any impact on your health in terms of progressing it or reducing your stress. So I would highly suggest that you try to avoid anything that you're sort of doing for long periods of time constantly every single day. Try to change up your day, try to do new things, try to learn new things, and try to do and push yourself to be outside and mix with other people. It's a really good way to increase positivity and positive energy within you, and this will refresh you and re-energize you to do other things in life too. If on the other hand you're doing too much and you're feeling like your jobs are never ending, it's constantly one job after another, and you don't have any hours left in the day to complete any more tasks, it tends to mean that you're taking on too much and you're not separating, and you haven't clarified to yourself what is important, what you must do and what you need to do. You see, all your jobs and all your tasks can be split into different categories, and the 3 categories are must do, which is 100%. These are very important needs and it needs to be done today. And if you can't complete them, move them on to tomorrow. Have to is 50%. After must do, if you have time, select 1 or 2 jobs or do them tomorrow. Want to is around 20%. It's not important, but if you have the time, select 1 or 2 jobs or do them tomorrow. Now, on your notepad, I want you to make 3 columns: must do, have to, and want to. So the must do is something that's very important, that you must do it today. And same with have to, something that you want to do, but if you don't have time, it's not a big issue. And same with want to, it's something that you would like to do. It's not important, but if you miss it, it doesn't cause you or anyone any issues. And you really need to break down into these three categories, and sort of every morning when you wake up, just open your pad and select what you must do today, you have to and want to, and you need to decide this. And a lot of people fail this task because they tend to think that everything that's on their list is a must do, that everything that they would like to do is a must do. It's 100%. In your mind, it's 100%. It's always 100%, but it's not the case. I mean, there's some things that you must do today. For example, you need to go to the doctors. That's a must. You must cook food today, or for your family or friends or anyone that you're looking after in your close capacity. That's a must do. You need to pick up the children from school, perhaps. That's a must do. Have to is something that's after must do. So have to is something like going to the park for a jog, or going to the gym. You have to do it, but it's not important. It's not must do thing today. So if you don't have the time, you can sort of push that till tomorrow and focus on your must do. And want to is something that you've gone through your list of today, what to do. So you've done your must do's. You've had some time, so you've done your have to's. Now there's a column which is want to, and these are things like you want to catch up on a movie, or you want to go to the cinema, or you want to do something that's not a have to or a must do. And try to avoid mixing all these together and bringing them into one column. Try to split them up, and always remember your must-dos are your very important. Your have-tos are your to-do list after your must-do. So do the important things first, then do the less important things, and then do the things that you want to do as a hobby or something that you enjoy to do. So if you wake up every morning with this list, you'll be able to organize your day better, and you'll be able to do your tasks fully, completely, with 100% devotion and a positive attitude, with 100% concentration. Because if you're doing too much in one day, you lack the concentration and skills that you need to complete the tasks effectively. So today I want to go back into your main problems and issues. So how do you feel about these issues you have raised? How do you feel about them currently? Are you as angry or upset as before, or are you starting to feel better? And does it restrict you from anything? How do you feel when writing about the events and emotions? And what do you want to happen? What is it you want to achieve? I would like you to explain all of these into great details on your notepad. You can press pause now to complete this section. Being self-aware. This is a very good skill to have. Being aware of yourself can help recover from high levels of stress. Here are some symptoms and signs indicating high levels of stress, anxiety, or panic attacks. When your thoughts are constantly rushing, you have a dry mouth, your heart beats faster, your hands get cold, your muscles tense, your palms become sweaty, bladder urgency, breathing becomes quicker, you may feel dizzy or lightheaded, feeling like you're trapped in a room, feeling like you're unable to breathe, and feeling hopeless. So these are some of the symptoms that you should try to focus on and self-examine yourself from head to toe each morning or afternoon or in the evening, just to analyze yourself to see how you are feeling on that day. It's also a good sensor to measure your stress levels yourself on a daily basis. It's a good way to prevent yourself from any anxiety or stress in that period of time or day. It also helps with getting to know and understand when you're about to have a panic anxiety attack. these are the symptoms just before the panic or anxiety attack. So if you're able to monitor and analyze yourself with these symptoms, you're able to quickly identify that you might be suffering from stress, or you're going to have a panic or anxiety attack. And then you can quickly react to this. And if you do it quickly, then you're less likely to have the panic attack, or you're able to control the panic attack more effectively rather than it coming to you as a shock. And then you're unable to deal with it, making the symptoms much worse than they already are. So here's a list of how to overcome these symptoms and to control your stress levels, anxiety or panic attacks. Speak to others about your thoughts with friends, family and professionals. Write your thoughts down instead of keeping them in your mind. Try not to rush around in an over-panic mode. Practice yoga and meditation and breathing exercises. Drink plenty of water and keep hydrated. If you become cold, wrap yourself in a warm blanket. Take deep, slow breaths. Use paper bags for breathing control if required. Sit down in open spaces so no one can harm you or come in your space. When lightheaded, sit down and breathe slowly and drink plenty of water. You are not alone. There is always someone out there to help you, and it's okay to ask for help. I would like to go over a 7-day stress relief and detox. I would like you to practice these as much as you can and as often as you can, if possible, on a daily basis. So to de-stress and detox, it's a good idea to meditate at least twice a week, preferably 10 minutes daily. Yoga or going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, preferably 30 to 60 minutes. Reading or praying as often as you can. It helps with mental stimulation and stress reduction. Purity, wash and keep your body and clothes clean, wearing light colors. Eating, avoid fried and chili foods, sugars and fizzy drinks. Space, be in open spaces, especially in nature, near trees, water and open green land. Focus on surroundings, what you feel, and focus on positive surroundings. Senses, be aware of your senses and listen to them. Time, make time for yourself at least 1 hour a day. Enjoy, do something you like, painting, dancing, visit a museum and try something new. You see, there's a lot of details regarding the information that I've mentioned and why it helps promote better life and a healthy lifestyle. You see, each of these tasks, there's great detail and knowledge behind them. For example, meditation. A lot of people don't realize how meditation and why meditation is so beneficial for people. It helps detox the mind, relaxes the mind, it calms the mind down, it opens your mind and your senses to allow more information to come into you, into your mind. It allows you to remove all the negative information from your mind, and it sort of cleans the information and data that's stored in your brain. It makes you more balanced with life and with time and your health too, because you're in a sense of space within time. So time slows down for you. That's why meditation, when done, feels like a long period of time has passed, yet only a few minutes have passed. And this is why some people become uncomfortable. But as you go along and as you continue to do your meditation, the time will expand and you feel naturally good about it, because time is always on the go, it's always on the rush, and people are always saying time is going too quick, and this is the reason why. It's not time itself that is traveling at a fast speed, it's your thoughts in your mind that make the time go quicker. You see, 2 people could be sitting next to each other and they can perceive time completely differently. One may think it's 30 minutes of duration within 5 minutes, and one can think they have been here for only a short period of time after 1 hour. It's the differences in the mind and the way a person thinks and how balanced they are in life with their mind, body and soul. So meditation is really good to release negative emotions and feelings, and for positivity to be absorbed by the mind, body and soul. And this is why meditation is really good. Yoga and going to the gym. Yoga is also good as meditation too. Yoga stretches the body and helps you physically. If you're suffering from stress or anxiety or depression, usually you have stiff body or your body becomes really tense. With yoga, you tend to release the stiffness from your body. You're more active, you're more productive, you have more positive energy, and this helps you. If your body is in good condition, it helps you to be more active in life. You see, when people tend to get more isolated and they don't want to do any more tasks, it's because they feel a heaviness within them or in their mind. But if your body is feeling good, your mind will start to follow. And if your mind is feeling good, then your body will start to follow. Then you can take on more tasks and you can do more things in life too. And it's the same with going to the gym. Some people have built up tension within their mind because they haven't been able to express or release these negative emotions and thoughts. So going to the gym, you're releasing this energy through physical exercises. And if it's not released, it becomes negative energy and it goes straight to the mind. And then your mind overthinks, and then you're unable to progress or go any further. So you're stuck in a sort of loop that always keeps going round. And this is particularly good for people who have aggression or who feel like they can't express themselves. Sometimes going to the gym and doing physical activities will offload the stresses that they feel or the aggression that they might have. Reading and praying is also similar to meditation and yoga. With reading, it's always good to learn new things and to read, because you're shifting your mind from thinking about too many different things or going from one place to another, your past, present and future, which is not or shouldn't be currently affecting you, but it is affecting you because you're constantly thinking about it. And you really shouldn't be going from one thought to the other, because it tends to loop round and brings you negative thoughts eventually. And if you can't control them, and if you can't change the perspective of them, it will suffocate you with these negative thoughts. And that's why opening up to people and talking about these thoughts is always really good, and doing physical exercises, because you're offloading the information, you're offloading the energy to somewhere else or something else. So also with the reading, it helps with memory. It helps with you being able to speak correctly. It gives new information. It helps broaden your horizons and mind. And it's always good for the long term to constantly improve and constantly help your brain as also. Purity. Now, with purity, we tend to realize that people who may suffer from stress or anxiety or depression, they tend to wash themselves less, and they tend to wear dark color clothing. Hence, they tend to be in a dark room with the lights off, or just with a phone or a tablet or a screen in front of them. They tend to be darker, and those darkness, it feeds into the mind, and that's when the thoughts start to come in, and that's when the thoughts start to process. Because you're surrounded in dark environments, you're wearing dark clothes, you're not washing regularly, the only thing that's going to come to you is negative information, negative thoughts and negative energy. So you need to change that. You need to wash yourself regularly. You need to wear light color clothing. You need to be out in the open. You need to be out in daylight. So the reverse happens. So positive energy comes to you, positive thoughts come to you, and it changes the perspective on things. Eating. So eating is another very large thing that people sort of avoid, and it shouldn't be, because people tend to eat whatever they like and whatever they want, and they should try to control these habits. They should try to avoid fried and chili foods, and sugars and fizzy drinks, because these, or even caffeine too, because it's short-term pleasures. Eating unhealthy foods and drinking too much caffeine is short-term boost. It boosts your energy in your brain for a short period of time. It gives you a spike that you're able to achieve many things, or it gives you a boost to do things. That's what the caffeine is supposed to do. It's supposed to release endorphins into your brain so you can achieve something that you perhaps thought you are unable to achieve if you didn't have the caffeine. So it gives you this boost. The thing is, with that boost, it only lasts for a short period of time, and then it dips back down again. But when it dips back down again, it goes below your normal rate of production. So you're wanting to refill that back up again, so you drink more caffeine, or you're eating unhealthy foods again just to top yourself back up. In the long run, it's not good for you. If you want something more healthy and something more beneficial for you, you need something that can be done naturally. So eating healthy foods and having foods that have large intake of vitamins and minerals, because they are the essentials that you need for your mind, body and brain to work effectively and perform better. So try to find long-term balanced diet rather than short-term quick boosts of energy. Space. Be in open spaces, especially in nature and trees and water and green land. The reason is because colors play a big part in your recovery and energy, and your senses are aware of colors. Now, if you're placed in a room and it was painted in a dark color, let's say a grey or a dark brown or even a black, it makes the room look much smaller, and it gives you a feeling of darkness, and it tends to lead to a negative sort of energy and environment. But if you were to paint your room perhaps say green or blue or white, it tends to give you positive energy, and it makes the room look larger. It's the same with nature. When people go outside, they tend to see the lights and the blue skies. They instantly feel good about themselves, and positive energy comes from them. So being near trees, because trees emit a energy, including water and the air, and these are energies that the humans need to be absorbed to be better and positive. So being around trees and water and open green lands, it's very beneficial for your senses and your energy. And that goes into focusing on your surroundings. And if you focus on positive surroundings, you feel positive. And that's from your friends, family, social life, work life, and your social media. It's also your movies, your books that you read, and anything that you're feeding your brain or listening to or seeing, anything that you're feeding your senses, it picks these things up. So be aware of what you're feeding your senses. It's really important to make time for yourself, because you need some time to yourself to adapt, to change, to learn, to progress. Okay, so the next stage is the 7 rules. I want you to try this for 7 days, and you will see a positive difference in your lifestyle and well-being. Reduce phone and social media activities, avoid completely if possible. Do not think of work or projects or anything else that you need to do. Do not think of anything or anyone in a negative view. Think positive thoughts and it will remove negative thoughts. Avoid smoking, alcohol, drugs and sexual interactions for 1 week only. Avoid watching news and any other negative sources from TV, books or movies. The benefits: become positive in yourself and others around you. Balance your mind, body and soul. Happier and easier lifestyle. Helps treat depression, stress and anxiety and control panic attacks. Help treat and control most mental health issues. Gives great focus and perspective in life. Help explore your inner strength. Increase confidence and general well-being. What you think and do affects the way you feel. So if you think negative, you become lazy and you become unhappy. If you think positive and do positive actions, you become happier. So for the next session, I would like to set some homework. I want you to think about and write down for the next session, what are the possible solutions to your issues or problems? What do you want in life as a person? What type of person do you want to be? What makes you feel happy? What is your ideal end goal? So these sessions are getting more intense and you may feel some emotions stronger or after these sessions, sometimes even the next day. This will allow us to work together and get into the core of your negativity and allow us to remove it and find solutions to help you live a better life. It's very normal for you to have your previous symptoms alongside these sessions because we're going deeper into your thoughts and negative process, so it's a way to release them. Now it's going to feel hard and difficult on your mind and your body, but please stay strong and continue to do these and continue to carry on. You've done really well coming this far, and continue to be strong because you can do it. So in our next session we'll be looking at problems, solutions, including a sleep guide. Thank you for your time and I will see you in our next session. For professional use only. Session 5 notes. This session is about understanding the client's daily activities and routines and teach the client how to balance the client's life. You will also look at how to be more self-aware and with a 7-day stress relief challenge for the client to practice. At the end of the session, a short feedback will be conducted to see how the therapy is progressing. Also, feedback will help you overview the therapy so far and any improvements that may need to be made. It is very important to praise the client at this stage as they have experienced much emotions over the therapy and they are halfway into their therapy course. Being self-aware notes. So with being self-aware, it teaches the client what symptoms to look out for and how to help control their stress, anxiety and panic attacks. By having knowledge of what symptoms to look out for, it allows the client to analyze themselves for better control if a panic attack is due. It also helps the client release and realize what their limits are and they may have overloaded with a stressful situation. This helps them to understand what symptoms are currently and how to manage them. By understanding and noticing the symptoms, they are able to act upon the symptoms accordingly. By doing this, it reduces the chances of an anxiety and panic attack. This also teaches the client how to manage their anxiety and panic attacks and reduce their stress. The 7-day stress relief. This is a step-by-step technique of how to reduce stress in 7 days and how to reduce their symptoms of most mental health issues. If done for a long period of time, this will help the client manage and balance and control their mental health symptoms. By following these steps and attending CBT sessions, It will greatly improve the client's mental health, especially their physical health, and help them to balance their client's life. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in our next session.